Scary story time while I make slime, haunted bear edition. So I had this bear named Pumpkin. I had Pumpkin ever since I was like 13 years old. Get your money's worth and let it drain. I didn't forget. Pumpkin was definitely my therapy bear. I love Pumpkin, okay? When I moved to New York, I was like 16 years old, and obviously I brought Pumpkin with me. You have to understand, like, Pumpkin, me and Pumpkin, we was like this. We've been through pretty much everything together. So it started very slow, and I started to notice that Pumpkin might be alive. I would put Pumpkin on my bed and then like go somewhere, and then when I came back, Pumpkin would be on the floor in the like a spot that I didn't put him in. I know you're probably asking, why didn't you throw him away right then and there? I didn't get a bad vibe. I didn't get like it was like a bad spirit or anything. To be fair, at first me and my grandma were like playing it off, and we're like, no, like there's no way he's doing that on his own. Slowly and surely, Pumpkin is just like, the subtleness ain't being subtle no more. Like, I will put him somewhere and then he would be on the other side of the room. My grandma started to tell me that Pumpkin is like creeping her out. I'm gonna have to do something with Pumpkin, right? At first, I wasn't that creeped out. Like, I didn't care that much up until I remember, like, I put Pumpkin on my bed and then I went to go take a shower. Why was Pumpkin upside down on the other side of the room? And I was like, okay, no. I had a big attachment to this bear, and I told my grandma, I was like, yeah, Pumpkin is starting to scare me too. And me and my grandma had literally put Pumpkin on the chair, and as we're talking, I look back and Pumpkin's on the floor upside down looking at us. My grandma automatically was like, yeah, like, we have to do something with it. I'm probably gonna wash it, pray over it, you know, whatever. I'm over here thinking my grandma gonna pray, fix my baby, bring my baby back. Tell me why. I asked my grandma like a couple days later, you know, where's Pumpkin? And she's like, oh yeah, I threw Pumpkin away. Oh, tears started to form in my eyes because like I said, I had an attachment. I was like, what do you mean you threw Pumpkin away? She was like, I'm telling you, I just didn't get a good feeling. It just felt so unsettling. And when I went off to work, I dropped Pumpkin off in a random dumpster. I said, I'm sorry, but you're not Pumpkin anymore. Y'all, I was so sad. Like, I called my sister. I was like, she threw Pumpkin away. Like, you know, but I'm not gonna lie. Pumpkin wasn't Pumpkin anymore, and Pumpkin started to creep me out. Do y'all still sleep with y'all stuffed animals? I do. I don't care how old I get. Period. Bye. They drowned in poop and pee while I make slime. This happened in the 11th century, and 60 to 100 nobles drowned in poop and pee. I'm using leftover glue because I haven't been to the store. But yeah, I'm gonna always get my money's worth. So get yours. Get your money's worth. I cannot pronounce the name of the initial incident, but it happened in France. Do we notice a pattern here? Do we? So nobles all over the Holy Roman Empire traveled to be at this business/party. They were about to get into the nitty-gritty. They was about to get to business because they were there to like dispute land. Next thing you know, the floor cannot hold their weight anymore, and they fall in. They fall in poop and pee. Okay. This is lip gloss because I want sparkles, and I don't know where my sparkles are at. This is Gain laundry detergent, okay? Now, mainly, what I'm curious about is, did it stink in the room before, like, the floor caved in? Because I think they were on the second floor, and then this was, like, the poop and pee. We already know during this time, Europeans did not have good hygiene, okay? So, I'm just wondering. They fell in, and obviously, they start drowning. Now, drowning in water is terrible enough. Drowning in human feces and urine? Ugh. If they pull me out of the human feces and urine and they revive me, I would tell them to throw me back in there. Because, like, there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. King Henry VI was there, right? And he was sitting on his royal throne. And the floor collapses, but he don't fall in the poop. He don't fall in the pool, y'all. He just sitting there looking at his people. And obviously, long live the king. You know, they trying to rescue him. Like I said, I think it was like 60 to 100 of them who drowned. Yeah, like that's horrid. Like, I wouldn't even want to be revived. Like, like I said, there's no coming back from that. Like, drowning is already embarrassing. Drowning in human feces, my social status is gone. Like, just kill me. Y'all, this slime is giving me a hassle. I also wrote a diss track about my man. I don't know if I should play it for y'all. Like, yeah, he was making me mad one day back in November, so I made a diss track about him. Y'all, this slime is slimy. Like, it don't like me right now, and I'm trying to activate it. It's like activated, don't get me wrong, but like, it's just too slimy. Like, it's too sticky. There we go. That's the word. That's the word. I am sorry for the little batch of slime this time. Because, you know, y'all, I usually make y'all big batches, but my man is up, my man is up, my man is up. Okay, y'all, bye. Scary story time while I talk about things that were considered normal in my toxic household while I make pink slime. The girl is no longer living in that environment, and I thank God every day for it, because y'all, I almost took myself out. Within a month of me being there, hands were put on me due to a drunken argument. I wasn't even the drunk one. I'm sober. So, yeah. Get your money's worth and let it drain. Y'all already know. It happened about, I want to say 11 to 12 days before my 21st birthday, and two people in the house started arguing, and it was like at 3 a.m. And keep in mind, I'm new to this situation, so I had no idea like what was really gonna go on. I'm standing in the way of my door, and then next thing you know, somebody charges at me, picks me up, and drop kicks me, and then kicks me while I'm on the floor. I was gasping for air. Yeah. I was on FaceTime with my sister when it was all going down, and all I remember is being picked up, slapped, phone dropping, and I'm just gasping for air at this point. Like I'm out of it. So as I'm getting up, I can remember hearing like one of the person's friends saying like, "Why would you do that to her?" Like, keep in mind, these are people that I lived in a household with who are all over the ages of 35 years old. And I had only been there for about a month, so I really didn't know anybody. And so when this happened to me, I was sitting, like, I literally went outside and threw up all over, like, outside. And I was, like, in shock because, as y'all know, I was abused as a kid. So, like, all I'm just seeing in my head is just flashbacks of my childhood. I didn't go to sleep until, like, 4 in the morning that night. And I remember waking up to hearing more arguing. And the only person who thought it was a big deal was the person who stood up for me and was like, "Why would you do that to her?" To this day, I've never gotten an apology by that person, like, to this day, about that situation. Not that he even remembers. I want this slime to be bigger, so I'm gonna add more glue. The next situation, whoa, come on. So after that situation, I was the target for that, all of that person's arguments. Like, every single time they would have an argument, they would always bring me up for whatever reason, but I was the fundamental issue. Over the course of the next, I want to say, couple of months, I was literally dealing with the person that I loved being called out of their name constantly. I heard it through the walls. I heard their arguments. I heard their fighting, like, and I was just living in this by myself. And it was like the next day happened, they were best friends, and like, I'm the only crazy one in the house because I'm the only one confused on why this is okay. My sister and somebody who's going to remain anonymous went over to their sister's or their auntie's house, and they came back. My mom told me to wait outside for them to come back. And that night I went outside. This person was literally talking crap about my mother to children. So I told them, I couldn't hold it in no more. I told them, I was like, "Yo, like, you don't have to address this to kids like they're children." And they were like, "I'm gonna do whatever the F I want to." And then this person escalated, told me that they were gonna punch me in my effing face. I was a huh, I was a B word. Like, y'all, I was called out of my name up until 4 a.m. that night. 4 a.m. Now, I will say, towards the end of my stay, this person did like try to clean up their act, and they stopped trying to argue and fight as much. But at the same time, it was just like, I've been through months of hell. Okay, I was going through so much, and nobody told me sorry. I think I was told sorry one time by the person's dad, and this person was like, "Hey, I'm sorry on his behalf." And after that, never again. Never again. I don't know why this slime is so like jiggly, but like it barely pokes, but it's like it makes bubbles. Okay, I lied. It pokes. It pokes good too. I'm tripping. What is wrong with me? I'm gonna do one more bubble for y'all. Story time on how me and my family was harassed by our hotel neighbors while I make slime. Y'all, this experience was so weird. Like, they literally called the office, telling the office that we were up at 1, 2 in the morning, like smoking, drinking, and listening to music all night. Y'all already know the dealio. Get your money's worth and what? What? Let it drain. Obviously, I need to get more glue. So let me give y'all a little bit of a backstory. So yesterday, me and my family left to go to the beach around like 10 in the morning. We don't get back until like 7 or 8. And when we get back, we notice that there are buses, like literal buses, in the parking lot of the hotel because of some type of youth convention. I have no idea. But the buses were here and my family is trying to get everything together in the car. And I was like, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna just go upstairs. I'm the only one with the working key. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna put my stuff down and I'm gonna wait for y'all to get up here to open up the door. Now, my plan was to do that. And then after that, immediately go get some ice. Okay. So as I make it to my floor, y'all, why does it look like school just let out on my floor? It's just a bunch of little kids everywhere. Like little kids was everywhere. And again, I'm minding my business, but like walking through a crowd of kids or walking past a crowd of kids, they are judgmental. So, you know, my social anxiety starts to rise. Now, as I make it to my door, I'm about to put the key in, and out of nowhere I hear like laughing, pointing, and I hear and see laughing and pointing, and then after that I hear, oh, that's the room she's going into. Now, y'all, I brushed it off. The reason why I brushed it off because I have social anxiety, like I said, and sometimes I be over exaggerating. I was already tired. I had sand in places I don't even want to speak of. So my only thing was getting in this room, putting my stuff down, waiting for my family so I can hurry up and get in the bath. Get some ice and then get in the bath. My family, they come up, they get a little bit settled, and then maybe 2 minutes after my family comes up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get some ice. Now, when I go to get some ice, I go to open up my door, and the door across from me, they literally open up the door at the same time as me, and then they look me up and down, side eye me, laugh at me in my face, and then all I see is pointing, and then I turn my back. I just ignore it. I'm like, what the crap? And I turn my back, and then all I hear is like, yeah, I told you that's the room she came out of. I told you. Now, my family insists that the reason why they were doing that was because they recognized me from TikTok, but I don't even know what to think. Truly, I don't. So I keep walking, and I'm literally hearing the laughs down the hall, but I don't care. I keep walking. I go get my ice, and then I come back up. Now, when I come back up, y'all, there's no more a whole bunch of kids in the hallway. It's more of just a group, a huddled group next to my door, okay? They're not next to my door, but they're across from my door. Now, when they make it, they're across from my door. I'm walking up to my door. Same group of little kids just looking at me like this. And I'm like, oh, boo, but these are little kids, and I was trying my best not to say nothing, but I'm like, okay, whatever, obviously they looking at, they could take a picture because it'll last longer, how hard they staring at me. So I'm like, bro, this is weird. So again, all I hear is, there she goes, she's going in that room. So I come into the room, I close the door, lock the door, and then I tell my family, this is what's going on, this is the weird experience I'm having with them little kids. And I just start to look through the peephole because I hear scratches on the door, and I'm like, this is weird. So I look through the peephole, I see 2 kids come up, scratch the door, and then I tell my family, look, this is what they're doing. So my family looks through the peephole, and then out of nowhere, I had walked away from the door, and I hear 3 bangs on the door, and then I see my family member open the door, laughing, and then go I seen you, I seen you too. And so I'm like, bro, what just happened? And I'm laughing, and my family is like, oh, they just did ding dong ditch on us. And I was laughing because when I was a kid, that used to be fun. I'm talking a lot. Okay, I got my breath. So again, I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, they just being little kids. It is what it is. They being little kids. I don't care. I'm gonna combine this slime with the other slimes that I just made for other videos, but yeah. Anyways, I'm like, okay, I don't care. They're being little kids. It is what it is. Now, one of my family members goes to take a shower, and I'm on the game. And my other family member has to tell me this, but while I was playing the game, they're just knocking on the door, banging on the door. And we're obviously ignoring them because, for one, I couldn't hear them. And for two, my other family member, she just didn't feel like it. So I ended up getting off the game around maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. I don't really remember. And then out of nowhere, I'm laying down, and I hear scratches on the door again. And how I know it's not a ghost, it's these little kids, is because I can hear giggling. These walls are made of paper. Someone could probably hear me making this TikTok right now. I go to sleep at 2 in the morning, 2:40 in the morning. That's when I go to sleep. And then I wake up like throughout the night, hearing knocking. Again, I ignore it. These are little kids. And then around like maybe 9 in the morning, I wake up to one of my family members saying, did you know that they called the office, telling the office that we were in here smoking and drinking and what's it called, playing music all night? So I wake up, I'm like, what are you talking about? And they like explain it. And then literally after my family member got that phone call, she was explaining like, no, that's not what happened. Like, we were asleep. And the person at the desk was like, yeah, I know, because I pulled up and I didn't hear anything. So that's how I know they were just like prank calling or goofing around or whatever. So this video is already 5 minutes. They decided to go do laundry, one of my family members. And then when they came back from doing their laundry, getting their clothes, y'all, guess what we see? We see trash all over our door, like in front of our hotel door. My family insists on the fact that it was because they recognized me from TikTok, and the way that they were staring at me and laughing at me, it does give like that, but I don't want to be like airheaded and assume that. I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm not a famous person. I am not getting like, people are not stopping in the middle of the street to take pictures of me. So the fact that a bunch of little kids started to harass me all night long just because of that, it's just strange. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Story time on how my house burnt down while I make slime. I was debating on posting this one because it's traumatic. Get your money's worth and let it drain. I didn't forget. I was like 12. I was in the 7th grade. This happened in 2017. Yeah. It was around Thanksgiving, and me, my mom, my siblings, we decided that we were going to go to one of our auntie's house for Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve, and my grandfather, he was supposed to come with us, but he was like, no, because, you know, he'll get more money if he stays home and works on, like, you know, Thanksgiving. So he drops us off at the bus stop, and the last time I seen him was Thanksgiving Eve. We make it to my auntie's house. Thanksgiving goes by, and then the morning after Thanksgiving is where things start to get crazy. I had woken up really early in the morning, and it was weird to me because we were on break, so I'm gonna sleep in because I have school. So I usually sleep in the morning times, but this specific time I didn't. I wake up, I'm like, okay, this is a little weird, but let me just see what's going on, because I didn't see my mom and my other sisters. They were like sleeping, and I didn't see my cousin either. I go to the living room and I see my baby cousin, and she's in there, and she just doesn't look like herself. She's usually very loud. She's usually very positive, very happy, but she wasn't giving that. So I tried to pull like a little jokey joke to make her feel better, but it just wasn't working, and she had a tear streaming down her face. I'm like, what's going on? So then I'm like hearing somebody's voice outside, but I didn't know whose voice it was. And then I heard like the front door open, and I hear my mom say our neighbor's name. Immediately, my head just goes to my grandfather, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So now I'm serious. My other sisters, they start to wake up because they felt the weird feeling in the morning too. They're asking me what's going on. I don't know what's going on. My mom has always been very dramatic. So I'm just thinking, okay, maybe mom is doing too much because she is dramatic, you know. But my mom comes in and she basically tells me and my sisters what's going on. And what had happened was our house had caught on fire. Yeah. So how the fire started was because the furnace had caught on fire. Like, we had this ground furnace, and it caught on fire, and it spread quickly because my grandfather was kind of a hoarder. We're all the way up in Victorville. I'm from Pasadena, California, and this happened in Monrovia. I don't know if there's any news articles about it, but yeah. So we drive down from Victorville, and we're at the hospital. I forgot what hospital he was at, and we're trying to figure out everything that's going on. We ended up going back to our home. The fire department and the police were just basically trying to figure out how the fire started and what caused it or whatever. And again, we later found out that it was the furnace. My grandfather's last moments conscious was basically they pulled him out of the fire, and he went back in because we had cats, we had turtles, everything. So he was trying to save them. People immediately thought that he was trying to save his stuff, but me personally, I believe he was trying to save our animals, because he had this cat that he named Kai, but he found out Kai was a girl, so we named her Kaina. She had just given birth like 2-3 weeks prior, so I believe he went back in there to save our animals. Our animals were fine. They were at the vet or whatever. They had burnt, like the cats had their whiskers burnt and stuff like that. It was actually pretty traumatic, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And my middle school was Clifton Middle School, and they gave us the Christmas that we were supposed to have. Like, they gave us gift cards, y'all. If it wasn't for my middle school, we wouldn't have had a Christmas. My grandfather died after a couple days of being in the hospital because it was just too much for him, for real. And the reason why he didn't smell the smoke at first was because he was diabetic. So he took like medicine, and it knocked him out through the night. knocked him out. So I'm surprised they even got him up, because when he's out, he's out. Or, well, he was. This is actually my first time talking about this story without shedding a tear. Actually, my first time talking about the story out loud in general. After this, we literally had nowhere to go. We ended up staying with my cousins for a while, but after he died, like, our life just went downhill. I'm gonna be so real. But that's like the story on how my house burnt down, y'all. Yeah. You are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Get your money's worth, get your money's worth. Glitter, glitter. If our love's infinite, I'm not your toy, not your toy, you stupid boy, stupid boy. More glitter, cause I've been here once or twice. And they're staring, honey, move your feet. Looks like cinnamon toast crunch for real. They say devils don't fly, but don't expect me not to fall. Devils don't fly, water, water. They got me almost having home. Tie, game or tie. I'm sorry, but your story isn't adding up. Think your religion is a lie to keep my mouth shut. Your period. Put my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive. Carved my name into his letter C. I took the Louis Vuitton select and both headlights. Another and another coming up out of the gutter till I'm drowning in an ocean of entitled. Pushing on my butt, some of us by another. Pretending. Where's my happy ending? I followed all the rules. I drew inside the lines. I never asked for anything that wasn't mine. I waited personally for my time, but when it finally came, he called her name. A woman came. I mean, it's in her brain. I'm at the dog in the bed. Now there's a devil on the shoulder where the angels used to be, and it's calling me the queen of me. Guys don't like me, these guys. They don't like me, these guys. Don't like me because the girlfriends do. The girlfriend, stop. Let me explain the situation. Everybody hating for the same reason. Attempted to mingle. She said she was single, and I'm just a nice guy. It's not my fault she looks at me. Only thinking of yourself. Show me how you justify, bro. Sorry guys. Telling all your lies like second nature. Listen, mark my words one day. You will pay. Karma's gonna come collect your. This line is always slippery and it never like fully activates, and that makes me mad because I can never actually really play with it, y'all. Like, also go follow my Instagram, y'all. Go follow my Instagram. This line, get fucked up me, yeah. No, it's nothing personal. I'm trying to blame, cause they don't even see me cry. Cause even if they understand, they won't understand. So bring me to light, wake me up inside, finally. Oh my God, the slime just flipped somewhere. Get off of me. Oh. People ask me why I don't take my ring off when I'm making slime, and that's because I don't really care to. It's never coming off of me. My main guy for me, so it's never coming off. Shh. Bye. Make cloud slime with me, because the last time I tried to make it, y'all cussed me out and said I failed, so we gonna try again. Did I look up any tutorials? No, I didn't. Get your money's worth and let it drain. We just gonna be going with our instinct. I low-key did not want to mix this with the white, but it's gonna turn white anyways. Yeah, okay, that's enough. I got this from 5 and Below, and this stuff is like low-key messy, so I'm gonna put some of the instant snow in this cup. Again, I did not look up any tutorials. I'm just going with my instinct, y'all. I think that this is enough. And I hurt the crap out of the back of my ankle just now. Whew, I wanted to cry. So we gotta add water. I don't know how much. I think that will be enough. We're gonna let this sit here and do what it do, and then we're gonna activate the slime. Again, y'all, I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, so how was y'all day? My day has been okay. Like, it's been all right. Ugh. Just so ghetto for no reason. I don't know why I just always wants to act dramatic and just not activate when I put the activator that's been working for the past 3 days in it. Anyways, somebody told me to film this video without any cuts. I low-key forgot, so I'm still gonna cut it. I forgot how fun it was just making slime and not having to tell it story time while I make it. Pretty enjoyable. And I'm realizing that a lot of people be throwing away good slime because y'all don't got slime hands. You gotta sit there and knead it. It's a process. Like, you gotta knead it like you kneading dough, honey. Like, it's definitely a process that you just have to get used to over time, because I remember my hands just used to be a big old mess, but I would just sit there until it worked. Like, till it worked or until it got off of the table. When I saw her walking down the street, she looked so good. I forgot the lyrics. My birthday's in 3 months, y'all, and I wonder if my man is just sitting there thinking about what he's gonna get me right now as we speak. I wonder if he's doing that. I know my birthday's in 3 months, but that would be so beautiful if he was just sitting there thinking about what he's gonna get me, you know? His birthday is literally like next month, and I already know what I'm gonna get him. Yeah. Period. I might vlog what I'm getting him. Who knows? The slime is activated. Period, period, period. I do have some slime from my other video that I'm just gonna throw in here. Same with this one. Y'all, I did not put enough water in here. Like, I thought I did. Like, what is the science behind this? Like, it's just not getting down. Y'all, I'm just gonna be impulsive and just dump it on there. Okay. This is what I did the last time, but I don't think I added enough. So I'm just going to keep mending and mending until there's nothing in this cup anymore. Or adding and adding until there's nothing in this cup anymore. And it definitely, like, loosens up your slime. Sometimes it even unactivates it. But look at how loose the slime just got. Like, dang, girl, you easy. You just let him in. Y'all, my arms is so tired. Like, oh my gosh. Let's add more. Okay, that was a little too much. I even got it on my shirt, but oh well. I'm trying to get it not to get on the floor. I might even have to make more of the freaking fake snow crap. No, don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Okay. I just won't stop the video right now because I can't. I'm literally battling with my hand. So let's see. At this point, y'all, I'm standing up and it's just like I'm just adding and my slime is about to unactivate by the time I'm done. Look at this. I think it's working though. Oh yeah, I think it's working, but my slime turned into mush. I'm gonna fix this, y'all. I'm gonna fix this. I wish I could turn the camera off, but I can't, so maybe we need more glue. My stuff just unactivated. Oh wait, it's activating again. Yay. Yeah, I think we just need more glue or more activator. Y'all, I'm sorry. I literally cannot even stop the video. I just don't have the, my hands are just, and my phone will literally fall in this, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, it's activating though. Yay. Okay, get off my hand. I might just put the remainder of this slime in here because I do think it needs more glue. Okay. I'm needing it, y'all. Period. Okay, I think I can pause it now. Yes. And by the way, y'all, I swear I'm not adding more. I'm just like filling it up with water, and then it just expands more and more and more, and it just doesn't stop. When will it end? When will it end? 5 to 10 minutes later, y'all, I finally got it to cooperate. I don't know if this is a fail. I don't think it is because of how like stringy it is. Like, but if I add any more, I'm gonna run out of activator. It's like a watery cloud slime. Like, I can't even explain it. Like it's so jiggly, and it's like, y'all, this is actually my favorite slime. Okay, y'all, let me know if I did a fail. If I failed it, maybe I will actually look up some tutorials next time. Yeah. Crazy things my friends have done to me and I still stayed friends with them. Yeah. While I make slime. Scary story time, Skinwalker edition, while I make clay slime sent in by fans. Keep the money flipping is all I know, baby. I feel so bad because Annabeth sent me this story like months ago and I just now seen it. But anyways, y'all know, get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. Okay, I don't want it to like spill this time, but... So Annabeth was like 11 years old when her family decided that they were going, for the summer, they were going to spend like, what? They were going to spend a summer in a cabin. There we go. So this was her little brother's idea, but her and her other brother were like, I don't think that we should do this. Like, I don't want to. Like, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. So her family go to the cabin anyway. Even though she doesn't think that this is a good idea, she's like 11 years old. What could she freaking do? When I say the cabin is in the middle of nowhere, the cabin was in the middle of nowhere. Like, the nearest store was like 30 minutes from where they were at. Now, the first couple of days, they go camping, they go hiking, and it's all fun, but at the same time, Annabeth has a feeling that something is watching her and it's not leaving her alone. So after a week of them being in this cabin, the parents have to obviously go to the store for more supplies. So they leave pretty late. So they leave like around like maybe like 9. And again, the nearest store is like 30 minutes away from them. So they're not going to be back until later, okay? I overactivated it. So around 10:30, it was time for Annabeth and her little brother to go to sleep. Now, Annabeth is sharing a room with her little brother and her dog. Now, at this point, an hour and 30 minutes has passed. And the older brother decided to sleep in the room with the rest of them. So literally everyone is like dozing off into that deep sleep when they hear like this loud thud. So obviously this literally scares them awake. My cat keeps attacking me. A few minutes after that, they hear him walking down the hallway. So like they hear footsteps, and the first thought that they have is it's their parents because it's been like 2 hours and their parents is nowhere to be found. So the footsteps walks all the way down the hallway and stop directly in front of their door, and it knocks 3 times. Now when it's finished knocking, they go, oh, who is it? And the whatever it is says, kids, come out, dinner is ready. Now initially the little brother tried to run to go open the door, but Annabeth stopped him because Annabeth realized that they ate dinner before their parents left. What are you talking about? I'm adding the clay. Now Annabeth replies and say, we're not hungry, mom. And the whatever it is gets really angry and goes, yes you are, come out and eat. Now this is when the big brother locks in and he's like, wait a second, yeah, that's not our mom. Like, our mom's not going to talk to us like that. Plus our mom literally fed us before she left, so this is weird. So the little boy is kind of like wrestling with his older sister, and Annabeth is trying her hardest to stop the little brother to going to opening the door. Now, just as the little boy was about to open the door, they hear a car pull up in the driveway. When the car pulls up, whatever is outside their door makes the weirdest noise known to man, and then it just stops, and then the parents come in the house. The parents go to check on the kids, and the kids are obviously freaked out. But Annabeth says she feels like she experienced a skinwalker or a mimic because it was just like surreal, and it sounded just like her mother, and she feels like if they would have opened the door, it would have been a different story. Now look at my unicorn slime. I want to call it cotton candy. It smells really good. I put like pink little polka dots in it. Really pretty. Story time on how I ran all the way to New York away from my dad while I make slime. Y'all, I'm literally almost out of it. Like, I think I have like maybe one more batch before I'm out. Y'all, nothing's coming out. Okay, get your money's worth and what? Come on. Okay, maybe. Yes, let it drain. This is why I save these. It was to get away from both of my parents, honestly, because my mom did not know how to handle the abuse that my dad put us through, and my dad was abusive. My dad finally let us see our mom, and as soon as he let us see my mama, I was like, I'm not going back. So my dad would literally like call me just to start arguments and fight with me. And so obviously I'm gonna be way more than what I was in front of his face. So he was calling me out my name. I did call him the N-word a couple of times, but like that's as far as it went. He would threaten me, say he gonna come down and, you know, me. Someone told me to make a pure white slime, so that's what I'm doing, but it wasn't the best situation. I shouldn't have been going backwards and forth with my daddy at the ripe age of 16. Now, on my mama's side, okay, she was turning into a Karen because she didn't know how to deal with the abuse that we, like I said, we went through. And we were bad, okay? I'm not gonna say we were bad, but at my dad's house, even though he was strict, we were also taking care of ourselves. So my mom obviously is going to be a parent and try to take care of us, but we wasn't having it because we had been the parents for so long. Okay. Oh my gosh, I got shaving cream. What? I'm still filming? So obviously my mom, she started to become a black Karen. She started to do too much entirely. Okay. And then like the person that she was with at the time, he just was toxic. So he didn't like the fact that my mom was trying to help us. Like he just wanted her to himself. So my mom started to tell my auntie and my grandmother that I was like an issue and all these different types of stuff. Even though I wasn't, I was just a teenager going through things, but I wasn't an issue. Because I could have been out there humping and grumping. Okay, I could have been out there on the town, but I wasn't. Back to the story. One of the last things that my dad told me right before I went to New York was that he was going to come down to Cali just to get me and beat me up. Like, so I'm gonna do a story time on how he reacted to me moving all the way to New York and finding out, you know? All right, y'all. So here's the shaving cream activated slime. Yes. Okay, it's kind of like sticky, but yes, shaving cream does activate slime, by the way. Specifically, this shaving cream activates this slime. Okay? Not lying on that.